Hey guys, so I'm doing back-to-back filming. Figured it's the weekend, I got some time, got a little bit of energy, feeling good. Why not? I have a lot of new subscribers to my channel. Welcome, thank you, so glad you're here. And I talk about a plethora of things, but something, if you notice, if you go back to my older videos, and you don't even have to go back that far, that I often circle back to is personality typology. Myers Briggs specifically, knowing your personality type and the type of others. Now, why is that important to me? Why does it matter? Why does psychology matter? Because some people say, oh, it's a pseudoscience and all sorts of things. And maybe you feel that way, and that is absolutely fine. But if you're open to this, please hear me out. I think knowing yourself and knowing others is so important to peace, to understanding, to communication. It just helps you to move through the world with grace and love. Because if you know yourself, you know your strengths, you know your weaknesses, you know how you move through the world and perceive things, and you know that other people have different strengths and different weaknesses and are perceiving the world differently, you're going to give them grace and you're going to give yourself grace. And it's just like these glasses I have on. These actually have sort of a, I don't know what it's called, the tint, the filter, things are kind of yellow. So almost when I'm looking through them, it's sort of yellowish tinted. I think it's, what is it, the blue glare filter thing, Mabobber? I don't know, these are so old. I don't remember what I ordered when I ordered these. But there's something that when I take them off, it just, the colors change just ever so slightly. It's very minuscule, but it's still noticeable. And I feel like that is how our personality types work. We're all walking around with these filters, perceptions of the world, and we don't even have all the information. We're just getting it through our five senses. We don't know the half, right? And those of you that are science nerds, and I say that with love, I love nerds. If you geek out on science, please, you can give me the rundown. I know Martin on here and Brad on here are scientists. I would love to hear your perspectives on perception and reality, all that jazz. Because I'm not a scientist, obviously. I'm a middle school special education teacher. And a lot of other things, of course, so that's my day job. So I think it just helps if you know yourself and you know others to give that grace and to have that deep understanding. People just want to be seen. They want to be heard. They want to be understood. I find that the children I teach, when they know you're understanding where they're coming from and you're really listening to them, they light up and you can tell they feel loved. And a lot of them don't feel loved. They don't feel like people really are trying to take the time to understand them. So that's why it's so important to me. I think the world could use more understanding and more grace, because if you don't see things the same way as someone else, it doesn't mean you're wrong or they're wrong. Two people can both have different views and still be right. I mean, it's crazy, right? Could we both have two various perspectives and respect each other? Yes, we can. And yes, we should. That's what's going to create a harmonious, beautiful, peaceful world. Not this, I have red colored glasses and I have green colored glasses. I don't know, I'm just picking colors. Why don't you see it green and why don't you see it red or whatever? No, you're realizing, oh, this is just this is what I value and this is how I prefer to move through the world. And that's what they value and that's how they prefer to move through the world. And that's cool and beautiful, because we don't all want to be the same. We'd be robots, right? And we're working towards making those robots anyway. They can all be the same. But humans, we're complex. We're multifaceted. It's beautiful. God made us that way. And it's just a lovely thing. We should celebrate our differences. We're all like little flowers in the field, and all different shapes and sizes and colors and fragrances. And oh, it's just, variety is gorgeous. And obviously our creator loves variety, because all you have to do is step outside your door, out of your house, and look around and see nature and go, wow, there are so many different trees and bushes and plants and grass, and the sky changes constantly. Even if you look at a sunset, it's forever changing, and the clouds. And there are many different animals and species and different types of humans, where variety is king. So I think it's important to realize our personalities are all different too, and to figure out yours and then try to understand others. So that all being said, I wanted to lay the foundation of why I'm even talking about this, because some people might go, oh my gosh, this is just silly. Why would I care? Why does it matter? But that's why it matters, to me at least. You can agree to disagree, or maybe you agree. But that being said, some people, I got a comment, which was brilliant. They said, how do I find out my type? And I thought, you know what? I don't even really have a certain system, because I've been doing this so long that I read people like a book. It's just, for me, it's intuitive. I can sense their different functions and I piece it all together, and boom, I pretty much have somebody, I'm either on track or close, because I'll verify, even with celebrities, I'll go to personalitydatabase.com, and almost all the time I agree with what they put. So it's freaky. It's a thing. Personality types are a thing. And you'll notice certain people look like each other that are a certain type, or act like each other that are a certain type. It's really crazy how we all sort of, as unique as we are, there's sort of, it's like a song. There's a certain cadence to certain types that sometimes it'll go back to that theme, and then it'll vary, and then it'll go back to that theme. That's a metaphor that maybe wasn't, hopefully that made sense. I made it up top of the dome. So a quick system that I was trying to think for people that it's very new to them would be to go and take the free test, 16personalities.com, and I will put these links in my description box. And from there, you're gonna get a type, and it may or may not be right, but you're probably in the ballpark at least. From there, I send people to typeinmind.com, and you click, there's I think 3 little bars in the right-hand corner, and you go to type descriptions and click on the type description for the type that you got and read it, because then it's going to break it down even further than 16 personalities does, because it's going to break it down into the cognitive functions, which to me is the meat and potatoes of all of this. Because yes, Myers Briggs has the 4 letters: extrovert, introvert, intuitive sensing, feeling, thinking, judging, perceiving, and I can do a whole nother video on this. I've done some before, but I can really simplify it for those of you that it's new for. But it will go further than the 4 letters, because the 4 letters can be a little misleading. It will go into, there are 8 cognitive functions, and you have your top 4, which is your strengths, and then your bottom 4, which is your shadow, the ones you don't typically use as often until you work on them and you try to become a well-rounded individual. So it'll break it down for you. And then I think from there, if that resonates and you say, wow, I feel seen, I feel understood, you've probably got your type. If not, I would say go to some adjacent types. So if you, let's say, get INTJ, and you're thinking, yeah, I don't know if this quite works, maybe read INTP or ENTJ. Or if none of those work, just read the others and see what feels like it resonates. And then, of course, you can scour the internet and go hog wild after that once you get your type. And I recommend going on the Reddit forums for your type. And if it is your type, you will be eerily astonished at how much the people on that forum sound like you. Because when I go to the ENFJ forum, almost all of those posts I could have written. It's the way they write and speak. It's the thoughts they're having. It's the experiences they're having. It's freaky. So that's another fun way to kind of fact check. Because if you go to the Reddit forum for your type, and you don't even need a Reddit account for it. You just can click Reddit or type in reddit.com and then whatever type you get, if you're ENFP or ENTP or whatever you get, and read the post. And if that really resonates, then you've most likely gotten your type. And if it doesn't, you might want to try reading other types. Reddit forums, which I know is kind of an unconventional, weird way to do this. This is not a system that's proven, but it's just something that maybe can get you started, because I want those of you that aren't sure to have a way of finding out your type. Now, the thing about it is, we're in the psychology community working towards kind of broadening the types to where they're almost like, I call it like a hybrid type, but they call it in certain systems jumper types. So you might not fit your type exactly, but you might be sort of adjacent to it. You may be a jumper. I'm a jumper, ENFJ. So my cognitive function stack isn't lined up just like a normal ENFJ. I skip my second function, drops down, and then my third function jumps up. I hope that makes sense. I hope I'm not confusing you further. But hopefully you can go to my playlist with psychology, MBTI, all that good stuff, and maybe watch a few of those videos if you're really curious, or watch other YouTubers as well. Love to support other channels who talk about Myers Briggs, personality types. And hopefully you'll start to notice a pattern of, oh yeah, this is definitely me. This sounds like me. This feels like me. And then from there, once you get a hang of that, you can start trying to maybe figure out your loved ones or people you interact with. And then you'll really start to see, oh, that's why they do the things they do, or they say the things they say, or whatever it might be. It's really, really fascinating. It's like a cheat code for people reading people. Use it for good. So I hope this was helpful. If any of my subscribers or commenters or viewers, if you know of a better way to figure out your type, if you're new to this, please comment below. I would love to hear it, because there might be something I don't know about, or I'm not thinking of, or a better way to kind of figure out your function stack. I know Objective Personality has a checklist, but I don't have access to that. But there may be some resources on the internet that I'm not sure about. So yes, please help each other out. And happy personality reveal when you get it. So fun. Yeah. Well, I love you guys. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate you all. I send you so much love and so much light. And I hope you have a beautiful day. Love you all. Please take care of yourselves and each other. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.